What salmon? Dead McCrim's salmon, the one he caught. For God's sake, Mary, you wee spook. You're worse than Granny Moo. Get that cake onto a plate and get round the ones in the front room. Tell them fresh tea's coming. I'd run on, laughing at the swipe of the tea towel on my backside. Auntie Eileen had never helped me in her life. She was the reason I knew it was possible to spare the rod and not spoil the child. She was the reason I knew I wasn't nothing, though Mammy had told me I was in every way, every day. I remember watching her as I have 100 times since. She was a fair beauty with her wild black hair and a high knot and her famous Mary Rattigan clan white eyes, which are in fact a pale grey-green. She moved from one person to the next with a sunshine smile at every step. She put her arms around my neck when the fortune teller Decker McHugh blew in, stinking of pigs and drink. He always pitched up at a wake for the free fire and free food, and later the free whisky. His services were in demand at the height of the Troubles when most people didn't make it through a week without a threat to body or soul. He read the leaves and all the tea drinkers crowded around him because he only ever allowed one lucky person the chance to know what dangers or delights lay ahead. With a light tap of his middle finger on my forehead, I was picked. I was the one. He sat back to settle himself for the task ahead. Oh, I was made up. A special girl at last. I supped up my milky tea and watched Decker swirl the cup in his big hand. I knew what I wanted to hear, that my bony shoulder blades would break through my skin, covered in feathers, long white feathers, sweeping the floor like all the best angels from St. Bede's. I would take off as soon as I'd shook them dry. I'd leave the muck of the hill behind. I'd be away in a matter of minutes, over our hill, over the next hill, and the next across the border, along the steely grey stripe of the Clun River, the green grass shivering below me as I swept through the valleys. I'd be out of Mammy's reach for good. I chewed my fingernails down to the nub in pure excitement. Decker spun my cup dry and looked into the brown leaves, his bushy eyebrows drawing together in a frown. Auntie Eileen pulled me closer. I could feel the rosary beads in her apron pocket and the smell of coddy talc Bernie was always doused in. We both leaned in for the big news. "There's nought but rough seas for this one," said the sorrowful showman. "You could say that for any woman, young or old, Decker McHugh, you buck idiot," snorted Mrs. Johns, who lived down the back lane. "What else would you expect in the 6 counties?" roared somebody else. It took Eileen a long while to settle me that night. I thought of the white waves rolling over the sand at Bundoran on our one Sunday a summer seaside outing. How cold the water was off the coast of Donegal. How easy it was to get a lungful of salt and burny eyes. How the waves dragged you back even when you were running as fast as you could to get to the beach. The watery fists wrapped tight around your ankles. Your mammy not caring. Your daddy too far away to notice. Was that the rough seas he meant? "You'll travel," said Auntie Eileen to placate me. "That's all it is." "Do you really think so?" "Sure, you have to take the sea, rough or not, if you want to get as far away as America, won't you?" Auntie Eileen was a big fan of America. She was a big fan of anywhere that wasn't Carnclon. She'd already been to New York. That's where she'd got married and where Bernie had been born. I feasted on her tales of true love, of adventure. I was right by her side as she walked down 5th Avenue, describing the dresses she saw in the windows, imagined the coffee places where she tasted her first proper cup. "It's not even a bastard cousin of that camp shite. Don't ever forget that, Mary." Watched her learn to eat spaghetti by twirling it on a spoon. Her stories were the best boiled sweets ever invented, changing colour and getting sweeter every time I rolled one round my tongue. They tasted of freedom. My head fairly bloomed with its possibilities. If she could do it, so could I. We were the same blood. It was Mammy who first called us 2 rotten peas podded 30 years apart. The hum of Macrim's wake had carried on below us.